Okay, let's take a look at this 4-bar melody we have in C major 4/4 time. Okay, so sounds kind of catchy. So let's look at what motives we've got going on here in this 4-bar melody. So the if we look at the first bar, the B is highlighted in white, so that's using the B motive, which is colored light blue, and that's why the notes down here are light blue. In fact, really all we need to do is look at the color, and we can see the light blue color is the same in bars 1, 2, and 3, and that tells us immediately that we're using the same motive for all 3 bars. The only bar that has a different motive is bar 3, and that's using the A motive. Okay, so let's say we like what's going on here. I'll play it again. Okay, I'll stop there. So the problem is pretty obvious. If we look at bar 1, it's kind of this staccato E, F. The notes are too short in the first 3 beats. We want to extend those notes out, right? So here is where this icon up here is going to come in. Now, if you think about it, and this is where this whole concept here is kind of tricky, and it's something you got to get used to. So our goal is simple. We want to take the first 3 eighth notes in bar 1 and make them quarter notes. I mean, that's what we want to do. So if we're on sheet music, well, that's not that's easy. But here's what we know. If we change this motive, if somehow, we go to the, we go up here and we're able to use one of these variations to make these eighths into quarters. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is that the bars 2 and bars 4 are going to change as well, because they're using the same motive, which is A, and that's the key thing to get used to. You can't just go to one bar. Let's say we like bar 2, bar 3, and bar 4. We like what's going on. The only thing we want to do is, as I said, just change these first 3 eighth notes into quarters, right? But if we start tweaking around, if we start to tweak motive A, all those changes are going to apply to the motive A that we're using in bars 2 and 4. And that's the most important takeaway of this video. Okay? So what's the solution? Well, it's pretty simple. You probably guessed. What we need to do is we need to copy motive A and then into a new motive, which will be the next one, which will be C. Okay, and the way we do that is with this little these little like double squares, and this is called the clone motive button. Okay, clone motive for editing. Okay, so in other words, we want to edit this motive, but if we edit it, we're going to screw up bars 2 and bars 4. So we can't just go ahead and edit it. What we've got to do is create a clone, okay, which I'll do now. All right, and now notice that the color changes to green because we're on C, the C motive. Remember, there are only 8, so the color turns to green, C. Now whatever we do here is not going to affect the other 3 bars, because this is this motive here doesn't appear in the other 3 bars. And that's the key. Okay? So that's what you have to get used to and remind yourself until it becomes automatic. Not to go, if you've got a nice melody going on, not to go and start tweaking one of the motives if those motives are used in other bars, if that same motive is used in other bars. And again, the beauty of this whole color scheme is that all you have to do is look at the color of the bar you want to edit, and if that color appears in any of the other bars, then you know that any edits you make to that motive, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is going to affect the other bars, and you probably don't want that. Okay? So that's how that goes. Okay? Remember, up here, clone motive for editing. So before you jump in and start editing, you know, one motive, you know, we're all used to kind of, well, we can just edit this bar and it's not going to affect the other bars. But not so with the melody editor. It doesn't work that way. And it's, you know, it just takes a little getting used to. And then there's not going to be any problem, because all we have to do is remember, make a copy with clone motive for editing, and then we can edit it. Okay? All right. I'll see you in the next video.